autism, Down syndrome, other intellectual disability, he can never come out of the home because within the family, we don't have access to washroom. We don't have access to the equal opportunities. We don't have the equal resources. So when we come out of the houses, the first thing is we have a big question mark. Where are you going? What is the purpose? 99% people are not told why are you outside, but a person with disability is asked the big question, why are you outside the home? Means you are not a human. Every human has an aspiration that he should come out of the home and he should have access to all sort of resources. When we see the first barrier outside of the home is the pedestrian path that is meant for the people, everyone, even the non-disabled person, but it has been always occupied by either electric pole or someone's a shopkeeper's belongings, which he wants to keep for the attracting his clients. And there are huge other barriers, and sometimes there are good pathways even in cities, even in Srinagar, but it is occupied by a telephone path. It is a main hole for the sewage pit, but it is without a proper lid. So everyone can be, even a non-disabled person can turn into disabled person if he is a victim of main hole, which is for the seepage, the sewerage in the city. So first thing is that we should have a barrier-free environment. We should have safe passages. We should have a kind of a passage that we should not bring the tiles whatever we want. It should be a tactile path so that during all types of the weather climatic conditions, no one should fall prey to it. Sometimes blind person's white cane gets stuck into the tiles. Somewhere it is slippery and a track user is not able to access it. So wherever you plan it, make or ensure that person with disabilities are part and parcel of the policy. Because disability sector believes in nothing about us without us. A non-disabled person cannot make policy for the safe passage of the person with disability. If he is the think tank, still we should have an observer in the meeting, we should have a suggestions from the people. If you feel that policy makers cannot be a person with disabilities, still you have to ask for suggestions so that proper suggestions are sought for the accessible and equitable and safe passages with 100% safety. And after that, we have the road safety. When we don't have a zebra crossing where a blind person can go independently and cross the road. There we should have the talking software where person with disability, where person having the blindness can have good information while he is crossing the road. And what is the present scenario of the traffic? Is it huge traffic? Is it only two vehicles are going and then I am going to cross, or I have to stop for something? And there are a huge number of persons with disabilities, with sighted disabilities, hearing disabilities who can pray to the accidents because they don't know where they are crossing the road. And even we don't have a support system on the roads that will help. Despite having technology, despite we are dependent on the AI tools, we can utilize their best management part on the roads. The third thing is that we don't have access to the parks, gardens, recreation places. Even the praying places are not accessible for the person with disability. Why shouldn't a person with disability go to a praying place? Why should he not be a part of public gathering during the festivals? Why not a person with disability should go and do some recreation, do some leisure time in the park, a garden, and we see that accessibility is the main issue where persons with disabilities are not going. We have a huge water body here, Dal Lake. No one can say there's a dock where a person with disability, a person with wheelchair can go. And in many states, we can see that even the beach is accessible for a person with disability. A wheelchair enjoys the beach side for some time. And another thing is the non-availability of the support system even during the disaster management. When we plan the disaster management, we see the person with disabilities are left behind because we don't have the proper mapping, proper population idea of where the person. It is a scattered population. Some places are without person with disabilities. Some places are where there are a huge number of persons with disabilities. But a city should have good mapping, a good idea about what the person with disabilities are living. If there is a volcanic eruption, if there are floods, if there is fire, all the rescue teams should know why the person with disabilities are. There should be the proper training for handling the person with disabilities. During the disasters, then only we can say streets are accessible and equitable for everyone. Another thing is that the reasonable accommodation. Reasonable accommodation means if I am going to somewhere, if I am accessing a public place, a hospital, a food ration depot where I am getting the ration, I should have we should have the sign language interpreter for a person with hearing speech disability. We should have a kind of support system for the person with blindness who will know how much ration he has taken, is he cheated or not, has he the good currency, has he taken back the proper receipt from the every facility where he is accessing it. When we go to the hospitals, you will see there are the barriers in even hospitals. A wheelchair user cannot access everywhere. He has to wait. Even he has no access to get a ticket independently. Slip assessment paper where a doctor can assess him and tell him. And sometimes he has to wait for hours. Even I have waited in the hospitals for larger periods to get a ticket. Because ticket is the only token which ensures for access to the doctor's home. So there should be reasonable accommodation in the hospitals, in the ration depots, in the schools, colleges, and other educational institutions. When we talk about the educational institutions, no educational institution should deny the admission to any of the city inhabitants because of on grounds of disability. And we sometimes think of the cities. We think of the recreation and other things, but we don't think of the accessible schools. The schools where special educators, teaching learning material is accessible. And digital technology, we should have the proper, as I told, on the road transport system. Even at every public place, we should have a guiding technology tool that can help a person with disability see where he is navigating at present. Even in busy markets, we should have parking slots. If I am a person with disability and I have to go to the market in Lal Chowk, I have to park my car some 2 kilometers away. How can I go? How a blind person can go and do marketing, do something, purchase something for himself when he has no parking slot?